Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Darklands, a game that is old but still gold. Actually, this game is so old that it now runs in DOSBox. No, DOSBox is not the advanced version of Xbox. DOSBox is something that came out before Windows. The younglings of you may now ask, was there a time before Windows? And if there was that the thing with the dinosaurs? No, it was not the thing with the dinosaurs. It was not the thing with the ancient Greeks. Actually, it is younger than I am, which does not mean that much. But yeah, well, it's basically the old computer system before Windows came out, more or less. This game is so old that it lacks in graphics and it lacks a little bit in the handling of the game, but it is still absolutely gorgeous. The character creation is marvelous, the world is marvelous, the map is nearly original, which means I'm living in Germany. And even though this game is placed in the Middle Ages and the villages and towns are the same as in the Middle Ages about that time, I can find the village where I was born on this map, Möhringen, close to Stuttgart. I'm not making this up. We will go there. Now you ask, Boris, what is that something with thieves and knights and that what we know? No, it's nothing like that. This is an open world RPG where you can run around, you can from the beginning go everywhere and engage everyone. With little chance of success, of course, but you can. This is a game how it should be, if you ask me. It's totally open-worlded right from the start. Plus, it's very down to basics when it comes to magic and that stuff. There is no magic for your people. There are some mythical creatures that existed in the minds of the people of this time. Witches, demons, dragons, but it's not that there is a dragon lurking around every corner. I think there is one dragon in the entire game, maybe two. And they're so horrendously dangerous that I would not attack them until the very, 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 very late game. And I mean that. You cannot kite those guys or anything like that. The combat system is not turn-based, although it can be stopped at any time, so it is more or less turn-based and not very stressful. Ideal for people like me who are growing old and getting, sweaty when it gets dangerous and close to a heart attack and such things. So I've deactivated the music because the music is so loud that it will kill your ears. You can only turn it off or on, but not down. Furthermore, yes, there are ways to start extremely well in this game by creating characters, making them very, very old, going with them to all occupations. And when they're very, very old alchemists, for example, then take all their stuff and give it to the new guys. We're not doing that. We're taking the starting equipment from the starting characters, because otherwise you have none, or nearly none. But we're not creating characters to loot them. With that being said, let's create a new world. So you might hear some music that is from my headphones on the side. When you create a character, first you have to decide his gender. And no, there are only two genders in this game. So those of you who belong to, I do not know how many genders there are, and I don't know why people are insisting that all of that crap, I don't care. Point is, two genders, man and woman. Difference, some saints. And a saint here is, don't think of that like D&D priests, because there is no such thing as healing by touching and all of that. There is the praying to a thief, and that gives your people the inner strength to do a little bit better. Actually, it's just making confidence, basically. So there is no magic lala here and no clerical boo-boo. That is just your people believing in something. And well, there's some saints that work better with women, because that is, for example, a martyr or a Christian saint that simply is female, and therefore a female person would think it will help her more than a male one. So, the first one will be our leader, and she will be named after my wife. Those of you who are married will understand. So, now with childhood, that is something you only choose once, of course, because you only have one childhood. unless you were in the orphanage. I think then you have one childhood in the orphanage and one childhood later on, but that's a different story. My father was more orphanage, but that's a different story. Basically, this influences your career options later on, and it influences your starting attributes, and it influences your skills. Remember, they're combat skills, intellectual skills, and manual skills. These can be raised throughout the game by simply doing that. You're not leveling up and gaining hit points and all that. That's not existing in this game. This game has a battle system that is as hard as the Battletech RPG pen and paper battle system. And now, some of you may grow white hairs, because that was really, really a hard combat system. When Daryl Barkeeper put out a shotgun, everyone was going to the ground. So, important thing, number 2, or I do not know what point, your stats, your attributes cannot change throughout the game. Yes, I know there is one way to rise one of them by one, well, that happens as often as miracle happens in our days, so not very often. So we must be really careful about our attributes. The skills we can train at any time. The attributes, not. So, first thing is, that will be our leader, so she will need Speak Common and Streetwise. When we look, the best Speak Common existing at this point is with the wealthy urban family. However, the town traders get more Streetwise. When you look at it, see it? So, we're going with the town traders, I think, because one more point in Speak Common will not make the difference, but the 3 points compared, well, it's 2 points, so... Okay. She's my wife, so she will become wealthy urban family. We'll put endurance and strength as high as humanly possible, because you cannot raise those stats, and endurance and strength together are determining your carrying capacity, and in combat, when you're hit and the head is not penetrating, your endurance will be reduced. If it goes to 0, you're knocked out. This heals relatively quickly. Your strength, however, is subtracted from when you get a penetrating hit, when your armor is not up to the task, and strength will take days and weeks to heal. And yes, your character can die of old age, so you get my point. This too, and when strength drops to 0, you die. So yes, we want strength and endurance as high as possible. Every point counts. Every point. So as this is our leader, we put up our charisma as high as possible. So now you see all the jobs that our hero can take for his first occupation from 15 to age 20. It's 5 years every occupation you take. So basically you can take occupations until you get to the age of 75, but then after a certain point all your stats will be reduced because you're getting old. Well, except your intelligence, that rises. They, I think, do not know about Alzheimer. However, point is, yes, you can do that to rise your skills because they will go up, but I do not recommend it. I recommend going maximum to the age of 30 to gain 2 more points in strength and endurance, but I don't think the points are worth it, because in that time, if you're playing 20 or 10 years, you might find 1 or 2 of these miracles, or in that case, witches that increase your... Actually, it's Woodfräulein, but that's something different, to increase your strength and endurance. So we're not doing that. The only question is, we're not taking anyone who does not give us 41 strength and endurance. That basically reduces our choices to the recruit and the laborer. As you can see, the laborer gets Speak Common 2 and 5. The first number, in this case, from the skills, is the automatic increase, and the second number is the points you can spend from your skill pool to increase. So, of course, we're making this a laborer. We're putting all the points here, and then we're putting all those points in Streetwise. Stealth is rarely needed, but we still rise it. Right is rarely needed, but we rise it. Everyone should be able to heal at least a little bit, although it's not that effective. Virtue and religion is very important in a world that is ruled by Christians. If you ever want to see what happens if the Christians or any kind of religion rules alone, I think besides the spaghetti monster and Buddhists perhaps, just look at this game. There is a reason they call it the Dark Ages. And it's not because it's getting dark early. So, we're putting everything we have into impact weapons because we'll be fighting with impact weapons for the armor penetration. So, everything into throwing and ranged weapons because we'll train that as well. There's some things in the world that we don't want to go into close combat, or better so to say, we want to shoot before they get into close combat. With that being said, we're putting some more puts into woodwise. Oh, actually, screw it. We're putting them into edge because you'll never know when you need that one. So, she's ready to go. We could go to the next occupation, make her 5 years older and get another point in strength and endurance, but we're good as we are. So, then we take her to the team. We take the starting characters to the team. Come on, you can do it. As I said, the controls are not as smooth as we used to be. So, this guy has a full plate armor. Well, actually, only plate above, and for the legs he has chains, and for the limbs. So, we'll take all that, and then we kill the guy off. As you can see, this character here, for example, Hans Müller, is an alchemist. You can see that by 48 alchemy skill, and that's the reason he has potions with him. And that is important because you can basically sell those potions. But we will not do that, we'll keep them. And you can see that there are numbers behind every item. For example, 45A in this case, or 35A for the Essence of Grace. That is the quality, the higher the better. 25 is basically standard, everything below is, well, worse, and everything above is marvelous. And every point counts here. Every point counts, trust me. So, we've got their gear. So, we kill them off. And then we take Gretchen to us. Wilburg. This game is German, so actually I might be talking some terms in German, so please forgive me. This is a rough world we're playing, so if someone dies, he dies. There is no resurrection, for example. So that hard is the world, just for you to understand. So, we need more characters. So, we take a new one. Ah, come on. This will be our thief. And, well, this is me because I stole my woman's heart. So now we need artificial as high as possible. So we will go with the town traders family. Again, we rise endurance and strength as high as humanly possible because that is what keeps us alive. And we need high perception. You could say agility, but actually agility here is only for climbing and for avoiding ranged weapons. And I have my own way to avoid ranged weapons if necessary. We'll put 1 point into agility, who cares? Because after 25, I think it costs double. So, we're done here. And we will take a laborer, I think, as well, because we get the highest points. We could take a peasant, who has also 41 strength and 41. But when you look at the artificial skill, the laborer is clearly superior. Well, the thief, of course, is better, but we'll take the laborer. Look at this. Journey Craftsman has the biggest impact on artificial, which is actually lockpicking. But we're fine with the laborer. Besides, the laborer is getting a lot of points into impact weapons, and we love impact weapons. Impact weapons, not as much damage and sometimes slower, but absolutely gorgeous armor penetration. Of course, we go for healing. Of course, we go for religion and virtue. Ride. We'll put some points into streetwise as well, because sometimes you're running and then that will be very, very helpful for you. And the rest of the points... well, we'll put them into wood-wise. You'll never know when you need it. So, add to the party. We need one more. Therefore, I call in my good friend or best friend, who will be our woodsman. Because there are a lot of outside. The cities aren't as big as they are today, of course, so the world around is pretty big, so we need someone to guide us around out in the open, and that will be our woodsman. So we're taking the one who has the highest wood-wise, which is this skill down here. Excellent choice, I might add. Excellent choice. So, he will be the agile one. So if we have anything to climb up, he will be the guy with the rope. Peasants get the highest bonus. Laborers are more working inside. Peasants are no more working outside, so we take the peasant. So he's not as good with but he's better with the missile weapons. Throwing weapons, bow weapons, and missile devices. Missile devices sounds a bit strange, but that's actually crossbows and handguns. Yes, there are handguns, but they're outrageously expensive and have a so slow rate of fire that you can get one shot off before everything ends. So, yeah. Yes, you're our wood specialist. Stealth, of course. Streetwise, you need not. We have some points left. I think we go for... Oh, actually we go for pole arms. And for flails. You'll never know when you find a flail that is worth it. It's possible. And to the party. And then we need one more, and that will be my beloved brother. Named after the book Exodus, and I don't mean the Bible thing, I mean the novel. My father read that. That's the reason I'm called Boris. I'm called after the guy in the Courier of the Tsar. Just for your information. He will be our alchemist. He will be the worst alchemist you've ever seen. Okay, we need the highest possible number in alchemy and speak Latin and read and write. And as you can see, boy, that is hard to get. Yeah, I think we'll go with the wealthy urban. Because it does not make that much difference anyway. Ah, Christ, it will take a noble one this time. What is the intelligence rise? Oh, actually, the urban guys are more intelligent than the nobility. A result of inbreeding, I guess. So, yeah, I think he's more clever in nature, but who cares about that now? So, of course, the laborer, I think, will be our choice, because the others, although they are tremendously better in alchemy and read and write and all that, they do not have the bonus to strength and agility, and we need strength and endurance, and we really, really need that. You might laugh now, but trust me, every point is gold. I was even considering in aging my people a little bit more, just to get one more point in endurance and one more point in strength. But yeah, I think I'm better off this way. Okay, so the laborer. Oh, I think he will be the worst alchemist in history, and the worst Latin speaker in history as well. Boy. Oh, why did I take that? I think we're running out of points now. Are we? Because I wasted them? No, we're not. Everything's fine, because we've got enough points and we don't have enough to learn anyway. Okay, you will be a healer as well. You will not learn artificial. You will... Well, he could learn streetwise, but I think we're better off learning a little bit more speak common. On the other hand, learning artificial might help earning money. No, we take the wood. We take the wood thing. So, welcome to the team. Now, I think we have to distribute the items so that everyone is equipped. We're fighting with clubs, because clubs are impact weapons and we want to train our skills, and you only train skills by doing them. Except, yes, there are some skills you can train by hiring a teacher and learning it the hard way, but I would not recommend it. Leather and chain goes here. Brigadin and Coboil goes there. Now, you might ask yourself, what is all that stuff in armor? How does armor work? I will talk about that a lot later in the game. Only thing you have to know is the better your armor is, the less the chance that the enemy penetrates it, and therefore you're not taking permanent damage, and that's pretty good. Oh, he does not have a club, as it seems. Everyone should have a club. Why does he not have a club, I wonder? Well, I have one club to spare, I guess. So we'll give Woodman the club. And you will equip the crossbow and the quarrels. You can collect some of the missile weapons after the fight back, most of them, in most of the time, but not always. So, that's fine. So, what we need next is heraldry. Of course, as the love of my life, my leader will get the heart. Furthermore, she will look as gorgeous as she does in real life, and she'll be dressed in blue. What is wrong here? Wonderful. Boris second, you are the thief. You will get Batman. I know it's an eagle, but it's Batman. So, this is sadly how I look in real life, so... Well, not the hair color, of course. The hair color is terrible. So, but we are the thieves, so we are the man in black. It's the cloth. It's not the body, it's the cloth. Alex, you are the woodman, so that is pretty easy. And you will be the man in green. Wonderful. As Ari is my alchemist, he will have the dragon. I know this is hard to imagine that should be a dragon. But in the old days, before graphics were like real life, we had to imagine things. It's a little bit like the paintings on the wall of the Stone Age, yeah? You get it? They saw movies when they looked at the pictures. And when someone as old as I am looks at this marvelous picture, I see a dragon. Because that's what it is. Hard, but yeah, you can do it. And he will get the alchemist figure. And of course, he will be getting the blow-up color. Come on, yes, wonderful. And therefore, I think we're ready to go. You gather around the comfortable fire at the Dreiraben city of Graz. Then we are agreed, asks leader. We will swear this pact of loyalty to achieve justice and glory for all. Everyone nods. You all swear a pact as blood brothers to seek and good and avoid evil, and to bring everlasting honor and glory to your names. You look around each other. Now that we have a goal, leader remarks wryly, how should we achieve it? Let's visit the market and the guilds in search of better equipment or more training, suggests Thief. He has not looked at our purse. I've also heard that the churches and monasteries may take on students. Once we find some teachers, we can just stay here and work at the various things until the money runs low. Boy, it's already low, trust me. And training things by learning them from teachers is extremely expensive because you have to pay the inn where you stay and you have to pay the teacher. Everyone nods. A wise plan, remarks Wood. But why not take action now? Thieves infest the back streets here at night. We gain experience and a bit plunder by eliminating the scum. Let's also listen to rumors and visit the market to learn about tasks of the merchants by hire for us. There's an unhappy look on Alex's face. Don't we need fine armor and good weapons? Maybe the sale of 1 or 2 valuable items would give us the funds to help everyone here. I'm lost to adventure into the dangerous countryside without good equipment. Yes, I would not recommend doing so. After discussing these issues, you decide to, first of all, show you the map. So, we are here in Graz, moderate sized. For example, just if you ask, where is it? This is Berlin. It's today's capital of Germany. Back then, it was a small-sized town. And where is it? There you see my hometown. Wonderful. So what is this? This is the map. That is our reputation. At the moment, it is 9. It goes up to 99, as well as the skills. It goes from 0 to 99. That is our wealth. It's called Pfennigs, Groschen und Florin. Pfennigs, 12 Pfennigs give a Groschen. I think 12 Groschen give a Florin, and that's how it works. The filler for stone is used for alchemy. We have none at the moment. And we will travel all around this map later on. Actually, I want to go to, where is it, Nuremberg as fast as possible, but that's a hell of a long way. So, with that being said, let's change the difficulty to expert. Yes. Now, let's go into the main street. We don't have any money to speak of, but let's go to the central market of Graz and see if they have... No, they have not. Sometimes they have a lighthouse where you can actually buy items of lower quality. You see here 25A is acceptable quality, normal quality, but there are shops that sell lower quality stuff for very little money, and that's basically what we're looking for. But for the moment we could go for javelins or throwing axes, because everything else is far too expensive for us. These are ingredients for alchemy. So, we can sell the flail, we don't use that. We will not be selling any of the potions, because potions are extremely hard to come by. So, we're buying javelins, but we're buying the javelins with thief, 2 of them. We're buying javelins with wood, 2 of them. And we'll be buying javelins with our alchemist. We have 111 pfennigs. Sometimes the pharmacists, for example, sell ingredients, and some of the Medici, Fugger and Hanse, that was actually trading organizations. Very, very powerful trading organizations. And when I mean powerful as a king, maybe even more at this times. The Medici, I think, even were popes at a certain point. So, let's see what the quality is here with the armors and weapons, because they differ from town to town. You see, they're a little bit down here from the quality. They're only 24A quality weapons. Armorers? You see that armor is extremely, outrageously expensive. As are shields and the rest of the stuff. Now you say, Boris, what do we do here for a living? I will show you any second now. First we have to equip our ranged weapons. And you see the load. We are currently loaded with 62 of 82. Why is that important? Because if we're overloaded, if we're carrying more than we can carry, than our normal load is, we'll get minuses to our attack speed, and the enemy will get bonuses to hitting us, so we should avoid that at any cost. So, good. We'll now be killing time, and then we're killing people. Because, as I said, the cities are infested with evil guys, and we're going to do something against that. We go to the side streets, and then we'll go to the docks. And, oh boy, there was no one. Okay, back to the side street, and back to the docks. Nah, there we are. Our first battle, our first combat. Here they come, blazing with glory, and the game is paused at this point. Now we just want to move here. So, you go here. And now we start missiling this guy down. We will not hit a lot in the beginning because our guys are so miserable with ranged weapons, we wouldn't hit a wall if we're touching it. See that? We missed with everything. Okay, we'll fight one-on-one. You're getting big bonuses if you're fighting people with more than one person. As you can see, we're already getting pummeled here. See that? What's wrong with Wood? He's in parrying mode. Why is he in parrying mode? He's got a weapon. So at least now they're getting pummeled. We already lost some strength, and as I said, this is really hard to recover. You will see that the endurance, the blue bar, will be refreshed relatively quickly. You cannot say the same for the strength. The strength will not rise. So leader will get the clubs and the leather. Don't take the cloth, because the cloth is worthless. So everyone will get one javelin back. Battle result victory! No rise in skill, sadly. As you stand back from the now motionless bodies, windows open and people cheer at your victory. An old, dignified woman comes up to you. Oh, thanks, strangers, for stopping this scum. We're finally free of the robbers and beatings. Yes, you are. And we go back into the side street, and then we go back to the docks. Now, however, this is not without danger, because... Oh. Yeah, we will... We'll use street talk to increase our speak common. Now, it neither worked nor did our speak common increase, but you cannot have everything, can you? Okay, so we missile them down. You can, to a certain point, even see what weapons the enemy are using. You can see that the enemy is using swords. And even though my guys are miserable in fighting, these guys are even more miserable. Ah, our armor is penetrated because they're using this flakons. That's some kind of sword with a very heavy blade, actually. It's more like a sword axe, you could say. So, done a good job here. You get that, you get the flakons and the leather, and then we go back and everyone gets a javelin. One of you is getting two because he spent all his javelins. Yeah, you. Yeah, there you see our weapon skill increases. Isn't it Beautiful. And everyone is happy again. We should re-equip our javelins. Equipment. He's only lightly loaded because his armor isn't that heavy. So he's a little bit faster in attack speed. Can we do that forever? No, we cannot. Because at a certain point, it will be daylight again, and then all the thugs will disappear. Missile that guy down. Attack that guy, you attack that guy, and you attack that guy. Beat them. Oh yeah. The javelins did good work. Ouch! Wood is really getting it. I think it's because he's really bad at his weapons. Get the quarrels, get the clubs, and the leather. Of course, we're taking our javelins back. Always with the right people, because as you have seen with this... ooh, look at this. From 17 to 21. Yeah? Who needs occupation leveling up in the beginning? You can do that far faster and far better simply by doing the stuff. Yay! Think we can do it one more time before it's daylight. And here they come for us. And we're going to missile them down again. Because that's what they deserve. And actually I didn't find the graphics that... Oh, we missed with every single shot. Ouch! What's wrong with Woody? Either these guys are a lot better than the rest, or something is really going wrong here. Because we're getting a real beating here. Remember, that does not heal easily. So you can also see that the quality of the stuff is really, really bad that the enemy is using. Okay, you get 2. You get 2. And you get 1. Hooray! We're training up perfectly. So, who's the one who spent all his javelins? He has them. You can see the weapons resting beside them. Do I think javelins are better than throwing axes or knives? Not really, but I don't care. They're cheap. They're the cheapest. And you can see now it's day again. So, let's go to the mark, the commercials, and... go to the foreign traders. And now we have 230 pfennigs. So we made more than 100 pfennigs just in one night. And now we can sell them the clubs for 1 pfennig each. The leather for 13 pfennigs each. And the flagon for 11 pfennigs each. And now we have 494 pfennig. Well, it could be worse, couldn't it? Let's go to the main street. We could think of buying ourselves shields to increase our defenses a little bit. Or we could think of going to the docks. But we don't have the 3 groschen to go there by boat. So, I think we will be... Oh, I can show you one more thing. Let's say we go to the Raben. And we could go there and learn and sleep and heal. But at the moment we only have... well, we have 2 florine and 1 groschen, so we could actually pay it. But when you remember, we had 9 reputation local when we started, and now we have 20 in this town, because we did so well at hunting down the evil guys. However, we're not yet fit to go out and rule the world. We'll never be ruling it. This is not Mountain Blade, but it's still gorgeous. So, I hope you like it, and we'll see each other next time. Until then, bye.